people from Asbon, and these people, they have a horse. They want to sell the horse. The horse is called the son of Asbon. It's a big, beautiful black horse. People come. How much for that horse? No money for that horse. The price of the horse is the breasts of a woman. People say, who can pay such a price? There comes a boy. He knows that whatever he wishes, his mother will give it to him. How much for that horse? No money for that horse. The price of the horse is the two breasts of your mother. The boy said yes. He goes home, calls her for his mother, buy me that horse for your two breasts. His mother says yes. The boy takes his knife, slices off his mother's two breasts, brings them to the owner of the horse. He has bought the horse. A few days pass, and the boy comes to see the horse. Horse, I bought you for the breasts of my mother. Bring me to the end of the world. The horse says yes. The boy takes a saddle, strapped it on the back of the horse. He says to his mother and his father, his brothers and sisters, I'm going to the end of the world. And all say to him, good, and be the luck with you. And off he goes. He walked between trees. He walked under the sky, under the moon, under the sun. And he walked, and he walked, and he walked, and he went far, and he went further than far. One day, he meets a spider. And the spider says, hello, how are you? Fine. Where are you going? I'm going to the end of the world. Oh, good, says the spider. Can I come with you? And the spider takes a leaf from a tree, takes it as a saddle, puts it on the back of the horse, sits on it, and off they go. The boy, the spider, and the big black horse, the son of Asbon. And they go to the end of the world. Then they walk, and 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 they walk. They walked on earth. They walked between trees. They walked under the sky, under the sun, under the moon. And they walked until they arrived. Well, they arrived here. The end of the world. And in front of them, there's nothing. There's just the vast, void emptiness. And they stay there for a while, and they look at it. It is so beautiful. And then they see that there, in the middle of this vast, void emptiness, there is a woman, an old woman. And this old woman, she's doing something not very clean. It's a witch. And the boy and the spider, they see her, but she doesn't see them. So the spider greets her. Hello, mother. Hello, children. How are you? Fine. Where are you going? We're going to the end of the world. Fine, yes. Well, you must be tired to travel like this. Why don't you come home and rest a little bit? Good, says the boy. And the boy and the spider and the horse, they follow the witch into her house. And they walked, and they walked. Without earth, without trees, they walk only on wind. They walk only in a dark place. And they walked, and they walked, and they walked until they arrived to the house of the old witch. The old witch, she wants to do something, some food for them. So she takes a cockerel and cuts his head off. But the cockerel goes and disappears. The old witch is looking everywhere for the cockerel without head, and she can't find it. So she cooks a little food and gives it to the boy and the spider. They eat and they go into bed. And in the middle of the night, the old witch, she takes her knife. She sharpens it. Eat meat! Eat meat! And she comes close to the door where the boy and the spider may sleep. But that once she puts her head through the door, that the cockerel without head, he throws, watch out, watch out, here she comes, here she comes. What said the witch was the bloody cockerel? She's looking everywhere for the cockerel, under the bed, in the kitchen, she cannot find it. She waits, she waits. In the middle of the night, she takes her knife and sharpens it. Eat meat! Eat meat! And she comes close to the door where the boy and the spider sleep. But that once she puts her head through the door, that the cockerel without head crows again. Push out, he comes, down, she said. And the cockerel, he crows 3 times. And in the morning, the old witch arrives. Hello, children. Are you all right? Yes, fine. Did you sleep well? Yes. Oh, by the way, yesterday, did you see me doing something not very clean? I saw you, said the spider. And the old witch, she thought, if this boy and this spider, if they go back on the earth, they will spread the news in the whole neighborhood. So she transformed herself into a witch in a corner, and she waits. The boy, he says, today I think I'm going to go home. Good, said the old woman. And the boy, he takes razor blades, and he sees them on the tail of his horse. The tail of the horse is full of razor blades. Take the saddle, strap on the back of the horse. The spider takes her leaf as a saddle, and off they go. And they run, and they run, and they run, and they run. Without earth, without trees, only on wind, only in a dark place. And they run, and they run, and they run. And now they arrive in front of a fire that streams like a river of fire. The boy says to the horse, I bought you for the price of my mother's 2 breasts. Free me from that fire. And the horse jumps into the fire. And the horse gallop, 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 the boy and the spider. But the witch arrives like the wind, and she shouts, watch out, watch out, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, in my mouth full of fire. She comes, she jumps over the fire, she grabs the horse's tail. The razor blades catch her hand. She stops and she leaks her blood. And the boy and the spider, they gallop, they gallop, they gallop, they gallop. Now they arrive in front of a huge lake of boiling water. And the boy says to the horse, I bought you for the price of my mother's 2 breasts. Free me from that boiling lake. And the horse, he jumps over the lake with the boy and the spider. And off they go and they gallop and they gallop. And the old witch arrives like wind. Watch out, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. She comes, I'm going to eat you in a mouth of fire, crosses the lake, and she grabs the tail of the horse. The horse, they gallop, 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 gallop. Now they arrive in front of a lake of freezing water. Horse, I bought you for the price of my mother's 2 breasts. Free me from that water. And the horse jumped over the lake. And they jump, and gallop, gallop with the boy and the spider. And then gallop, 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 gallop away. And the old witch, she arrives like the wind. Hey, watch out, I'm going to get you in a mouthful of fire. And when she sees them on the other side of the lake, she says, damn, they're going too quickly for me. And she goes back to her house. And the boy, the spider, and the horse, they have 1, 2, 3 obstacles. And they arrive here, where the earth begins. And now they walk on earth. They walk on earth. Well, the spider saw what she wanted to see. She went back home. And when the boy arrived into his village, I can tell you that his father, mother, brothers, and sister, they were proud of him. The boy had been to the end of the world. Devo, Natale, devo, Natale, devo, Natale, devo. When this is the end of the story of the whole son of Asbo, of the boy who wanted to see the end of the world, of the spider who wanted to see what she wanted to see, and it's the end also of the story of the old witch. It's the end. Well, I can see by your enthusiasm that you are lovers of the end of the world. One doesn't know when it starts. Perhaps it's one of the major questions in childhood, like, does God exist, or what's the meaning of money, and where's the end of the world? And one day you meet someone, like I did, a Turkish man who was playing this drum. He was drumming wheeling dervishes, and I thought that was endless, so he must know something about the end of the world. And I asked him, do you know where's the end of the world? He looked at me very seriously, and he said, of course. It's in my place, in Istanbul. You know, Istanbul, the Bosphorus, separates Orient and Occident. The Bosphorus is the end of the world for the Orientals, and the end of the world for the Occidentals. You come to see me, you have 2 ends of the world for the price of 1. He wrote me his address on a little piece of paper, and I waited. And one day I went to Istanbul. I did like good tourism, you know, the Blue Mosque, Atatürk Palace, and the bazaar, and everything, but this little piece of paper was burning my hand. I had to cross the Bosphorus, go into Orient. I wished to go to Orient. I took the boat. I arrived on market day. Colors, people, sounds, shoutings, fruits, vegetables, everything for me was new. And I was going everywhere with my little piece of paper, saying his name. Everybody was so concerned to help me. They were sending me from a place to another. And finally I arrived in a car. There was a huge car there, like waiting. So I showed the driver the address, and he said, smile, yes, yes, come, sit down, sit down. So I sat down, and he shouted the address so loud, you would believe or not, 10 other people were interested to go to the same address. It's called the collective taxi. And of course, I paid for everybody. I was dropped last in front of his door. I knocked, he opened, and he was not even surprised to see me. Hello, Abbi, welcome. It's like if for him, time doesn't exist. The very evening I was invited to a party. Only Orientals, men and women, no children. I was the only Westerner. So I had, you know, dressed myself as well as I could, and I went into a little corner on a stool just to watch men and women, see how things were going on. And there was a huge buffet, like waiting, but nobody touched it. Everybody seemed to be expecting something. And men and women parted. And a partition in the middle of the room. And all the men turned toward me. And the eldest looked at me straight into the eyes. Abbi! And he kneeled down prostrate in front of me, and all the men did the same. And then he walked up and started a second time. 3 times he shouted my name, and they all prostrated in front of me. And then up again, opened the partition, Men and women mixed together, touched the buffet, and the party was going on. And they had such a good time. And I was sitting in the corner, petrified, trying to understand what was happening. And when my friend came in, Abbi, come on, have some fun, eat something. I said, no, I can't. What did happen? Nobody knows me here. Why did this old man shout my name? And why did you old man prostrated in front of me? And he looked at me and said, what? We shouted your name, Abbi. Ah. Abbi, Abbi, Abbi. Of course, poor little Westerner. For you, the world must always go around yourself, of course. But Abbi, I'm sorry, it sounds like Hey Abbi! It's the name of God, and you are just sitting in the direction of La Mecca. That's all, my poor boy. And you know, people, they always think you have an artist name, a nickname or something like this. But no, it's my name. And one day you realize it means God in Arabic. It also means the sun in Hebrew. It means my friend in Turkish. And it's the name you give to a woman in Africa when she has twins. And you know, this name my mother invented just for me, to give me a real Nordic Viking style. Well, give you a shot afterwards in life. When I was born, I had no luck. I'm born, 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 born without luck. I'm born, 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 born without luck. That little song, it was a boy who was singing the same song every evening to the tender ears of his mother. Mother, in the world people have luck, some people don't. Why am I born without luck? Mother, why am I born, 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 born without luck? The same song every evening. You know, a mother, her patience has limits. My boy, are you going to sing this song all your life to your mother? You know, there are other things to do. I did what I could. I gave you life. It's not so bad. If you have to complain, it's not to me. Oh, good, says the boy. All right. To whom shall I complain? Oh, my son, I don't know. Perhaps to the Creator, if he exists. Oh, good, says the boy. I'm going to complain to the Creator. And where does he exist? I don't know, says the mother. If he exists somewhere, it must be to the end of the world. Good, says the boy. I'll go to the end of the world. And I'll ask the Creator why I have no luck. Good, said the mother. Good luck. And the boy, he left the next morning. He left his mother, he left his house, he left his village and his friends, and he went on the way to look for his luck. To go to the end of the world and ask the Creator, why was I born without luck? And he walked and he walked and he walked, and that night he arrived into a forest, deep, dark forest. And he was tired and he rested against a tree. And in the middle of the night, he felt a presence. And there in front of him, two yellow eyes watching him. A wolf. He didn't have the time to be afraid that he saw the wolf in the dark. And that wolf, my friend, it was not, you know, one of this terrifying, devouring wolf like the Little Red Riding Hood or the wolf for the 7 Little Pigs, you know, this terrible wolf. No, it was a poor old wolf with eyes like this and a broken tooth and spit on the mouth and like, you know, an old carpet trying to crawl. Oh boy, where are you going? I'm going to the end of the world to see the Creator and ask him why I have no luck. Why? had the luck to be able to walk and have the strength to go there. Me, poor old wolf, I haven't been eating a thing for years. I have been eating nothing and I'm going to starve to death. There's nothing to eat in that bloody forest. If you see the Creator, ask him why he's giving birth to wild wolves in wild forest if there's nothing to eat. Shall I die, or perhaps should I become vegetarian? Your question is good, says the boy. I'll take it with mine. And the next morning, off he goes. And he walks and he walks and he walks. He leaves the forest and he has his little song with him and his two questions in his heart. Why am I born without luck? So he walked and he arrived into the desert. Hot, the sun is burning, his feet, his thirst, and a little pond. And a tree. Ah, the tree. I have to talk to you about the tree. This tree, you know, it's what is linking the earth and the sky. Did you know that? In all the tradition, it's well known. The tree is holding the sky with the earth, and the trunk is in the middle. Some people believe that without trees, the sky would go away from us. So the trees are there, holding the sky over our heads. But this tree seems very interested by the earth rather than by the sky. He's bending like this, and the tree is kind of trying to get the water with its branches. And when he sees the boy, he says, "Hey, where are you going?" "I'm going to the end of the world to see the Creator and ask him why I have no luck." "Oh, you have the luck to be human. You can walk. I cannot go there. If I was going there, I would ask him why I cannot get water with my roots. I'm bending myself, trying to get water with my branches. I just hope I'm not going to break my back before. If you see the Creator, ask him why he creates trees if they cannot get water from their roots." "It's a good question," says the boy. "I'll take it with the question of the wolf and myself." And the next morning, off he goes. Off he goes, and in his mind and in his heart, there is always the same little song. Why am I born without luck? And after the trees, after the desert and the sand, he arrives into the top of a mountain. Oh, it is beautiful up there, so calm. You can see the world from the distance. And there's a little house, oh, a perfect little house. And in front of the perfect little house there's a perfect little garden. Oh. And in the perfect little garden there's a perfect little woman. And she looks perfectly bored. "Boy, where are you going?" "I'm going to the end of the world to see the Creator, ask him why I have no luck." "Oh, please, if you see the Creator, ask him why he created the perfect woman, the perfect garden, the perfect house, in this beautiful paradise at the top of the mountains. Why am I so bored? Look at my feet. They're transformed into stone. I'm going to be a statue of stone of boredom if it continues like this. Please ask the Creator." "Of course I'll do, the boy. I had the question of a wolf, the question of a tree. I'll take yours and I'll take mine." And the next day, off he goes. Okay, and to make a long story short, he arrives at the end of the world. So you know the place, it's there, there's nothing in it. Just void, emptiness. And in that story, there's no old witch doing something not very clean. So he's sitting there and he waits. Well, it doesn't happen much at the end of the world. So he gets a little bored, so he hums a little tune that he knows, but actually he knows only one tune. Why am I born without luck? Why don't I have any luck? If there's someone there can answer, why do I have no luck? And a voice answered, "I'm sorry, I must have missed you at birth. What? Says the boy, "Oh, why did you miss me at birth? You could have missed someone else. Why me? What did I do?" "Oh, I'm sorry," says the voice. "You know, you must understand me. At the very beginning of time, when nothing existed, the Creator, it was, you know, so enthusiastic to create life. So I was there with the empty world and with my left hand and gave life, and with my right hand I gave luck, and it fell on the same hand, and man and women grew harmonious on the earth, and they grew with their life and their luck together on the same body, the same soul. It was so beautiful to see them grow. Today, 6 billions, and all compressed around cities. How can you see anything? You know, it's very difficult, and with the age, your left hand and your right hand, you're not so clever anymore. So hop life and crack luck. Of course, when luck is not fall on the head where the life is, it's just a little further out in the next village or next town, but never really far. So if you have a luck, you have a luck. So you just have to search for your luck and you'll find it. The boy says, what? I came to the end of the world to hear that? I have to search for my luck? Well, my mother could have told me that. Oh, by the way, I have 3 questions. He asked the question, he gets the answer, and off he went. And now he's going to look for his luck. Look for your luck, search for your luck, run for your luck, and you'll find it. Look for your luck, run for your luck, and you'll find it. And now he's there on the earth, and he runs, and he runs, and he runs for his luck. He runs so fast, and everywhere he goes, he says, oh, excuse me, have you seen my luck? But nobody has seen his luck. He has to find it himself. His luck, only him can see his luck. So he runs, and he runs, and he runs, and he runs, searching for his luck. And then one day he arrives on the top of a mountain, and that little perfect woman is transforming stone until breasts. Boy, do you have the answer to your question? Yes. Do you have the answer to mine? Yes. For you it's not difficult. The Creator said He didn't give you perfection in this paradise to keep it for yourself. You have to share it. Share it with a man, a friend, make a husband, make children. It's called life, and you're not supposed to be bored after that. Well, says the woman, then, you're alone, come with me, and let's stop to be bored together. Oh, you're very nice, find someone else. I have to search for my luck. Search for your luck, search for your luck, look for your luck. Run. And he ran, 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 searching for his luck. So after the mountain, he arrives into the desert, the sun, the thirst, the little pond, the tree. The tree, my friend, is completely bent, nearly touching the water. But when the tree sees the boy, do you have the answer to your question? Yes. Do you have the answer to mine? Yes. So it's not difficult for you. If you cannot take water with your roots, it's because there's a poison there. Must be gold. The man has this strange habit to hide gold under roots of trees. Get rid of that treasure, and you'll find your roots reaching water again. Good, says the tree. Thank you for the information. Why don't you dig? You can use this treasure. Oh, you're a man. Yes, I'm a man, but I don't have any time. Find someone else. I have to run for my luck. You know? Run for your luck. Run for your luck. And you'll find it. Run for your luck. Run for your luck. Oh, he ran for his luck. Everywhere he was going, he would ask, have you seen my luck? But nobody had seen his luck, so he was exhausted. He ran into that forest, and he fell asleep against a tree. And in the middle of the night, he recognized this deep breath, these yellow, pale eyes. The wolf, half dead, is there. Boy, do you have the answer to your question? Yes. Do you have the answer to mine? Yes. For you, it's not difficult. If there's no more wild animal to eat in that forest, you just have to devour the first idiot that passed by. So you are applauding. You like this story? And you applaud such an abmoral story. You know, when I tell this story in France, people are ice cold petrified. I think they get identified to the hero. But obviously you don't. You know, that's what is great about stories, is that you're beginning a story, and when you reach the end of the story, the world separates. Everyone has his vision of how it ends, and the moral of the ending. And that's what is great about our own history, you know, human history. Because we know how it starts, but we don't know how it's going to end. Everyone has his version. But at the very beginning, although it's very simple, we were all one cell. We were unity. Unity with a cell absolutely alone, and the cell of unity is very, very precise inside, but a bit vague outside. And the cell of unity is there at the origin of time, in the vast void of emptiness called eternity. So in the beginning of time, you have unity in eternity. Do you know eternity? It's a bit slow. So unity in eternity, it's boring. And boredom has this specificity that it makes the body shrinks. The body shrinks when it's bored. Like this, and unity, bored in eternity, shrinks so much that suddenly, it separates. Duality is born. Duality, X, Y, men and women, you know, and they look at each other and, well, they kind of appreciate their differences. And, you know, 45 or 49 chromosomes later, humanity. Okay, it's a bit short, but it's, you know, humanity. So humanity, what is it? Humanity, it is a gathering of communities. And communities are there because they have their history, their beliefs, and, you know, the particularity of communities is that they like to be themselves as a community, but they like to be a bit different of another community there. They, of course, they recognize they're part of the huge humanity, but they like to be themselves as a community, a bit different than the other community. It's possible. How to recognize a community, its identity. And then one day, someone had this great idea. Why don't every community should have one personality that represents the community? It could know all the stories, all the specificities, all the culture of the community, and could express it through stories. And that, like this, we could recognize every community by the personality that represents them. Oh, that's a great idea! Yes, lovely. Okay, who wants to be the personality that represents its community? Well, it was a very good job, so everybody wanted to do it. I want to do, I want to do, I want to do. So everybody became the personality to represent its own community. So there was only personality and no more communities. And the whole humanity at this very moment became totally vague. A vague humanity. Nobody could hear each other. But inside, the inner voice of humanity stayed absolutely precise. And the inner voices of humans were saying, if outside nobody wants to hear each other, inside we could listen to each other. Yes, and then suddenly there was an amazing network of inner voices in desire of listening that started to go all around the world. And this network started to communicate. Why do we stay far away from each other? Why don't we meet in a secret place one evening? Yes, let's do it. And these inner voices decided for a very, very, very fine place on a Friday night. Not too early and not too late. And they all arrived.